it added to something for me. It helps me to come to have my compass, to have my direction, in addition to God and my family and that kind of thing, you know, the ideals that they stand for, the ideals that I feel are the most important are my compass, are my GPS in life. And it's funny because one of the questions is like, what would I tell my college self? And hindsight is always 2020. You wish you could tell yourself certain things, but the biggest one I think I would tell myself is to be more present. And I think I missed some of that in undergrad of being present because I felt like I had blinders on all the time. My whole goal was I got to go to medical school. I got to do this. The band kind of helped me find a different direction because I didn't do the BSMD program. I stayed for 4 years in the band program, and it changed, like kind of what Cora was talking about, redirecting. I was an anthropology major. I dove my major because I found that love of anthropology, and I took Russian. Like I wanted to go and do Russian health studies in Russia and write a PhD on the change in Russia between communism and democracy. I can still speak a little bit. I'm like, "Здравствуйте, как дела?" Nice. I gotta remember some other words though. But that's what I'm talking about. But my Howard was a part of that, kind of finding some new direction. And after undergrad, I didn't get to go do my MD PhD program, which was one of those downbeats. But I went into a high school in New York, and I was there when 9/11 happened. And that was my first like month of teaching, was the Twin Towers and the terrorist attack. And, after that and going into the next year, I really was like, this is not what I want to do. I want to be a doctor. I need to go back and do what I need to do. And I think it also kind of told me, you need to be present. Like I need to be present in my kids' lives. I need to be present in my relationships with others. I need to continue to be a good friend, because when all of the doctoring is done, who is Kathryn as a person? And I'm trying to live that now. And I think part of being present is kind of like Cora says, is life is happening with you. So I can be sitting in this box and not enjoying the things around me. I can't take it with me. and some of the things that I want my kids to understand is that it's about those experiences. It's not about if you got the latest this or the best this, or if you on par with what other people are doing. Everybody has their own destiny, their own things that they enjoy. And if you doing something that you really love, it won't seem like work. Like I come to work every day. I tell my patients, like, it was hard during the beginning of COVID to just do telemedicine because you don't get the energy from people when you're looking at them on the screen. Like a part of what I do is get energy from my patients and give them energy. Like I touch my patients, I hug my patients. And so COVID has been super hard for me because that connection, it's harder to have that connection. But, it doesn't feel like work. And I always encourage everybody to do what it is you love, because you will want to do it. You'll want to get up in the morning and go to work and make that change and make a difference and just be a better you in the grand scheme of things.
The advice I would give to my college self is there are no accidents. And that the support that I need is there. Everything I need is within and around. And I would just remind myself that that's the advice I would give myself. And I feel like, releasing things would probably be the other advice I would give myself, to just release. And I think, the balance of having the guidance and having maternal presence is that sort of coddling support, but also that release support. And I had a lot of, my dad was I'm definitely a daddy's girl. And so there was nothing that I couldn't do, and he would encourage me to be competitive and all those things. But it's also okay not to be. It's part of being a high achiever, and like Kathryn, you talked about that excellence, but finding the balance of turning that off is a balance of just not caring too much, if that makes sense. When I go to my colonic therapist and my massage therapist, they're like, you got a lot of a lot of stuff in there emotionally that you can release. And that, so I would tell myself at Howard, my younger self, to just release things that don't matter that much. Just let go of things that don't matter. And it's okay not to think about it. I think that's a process for me, because thinking is what yielded valedictorian. And thinking is what makes you a leader at Howard, at the Mecca on the highest level. But then it's how do you turn that off if that is what has brought you to the point of honor and prestige. So I would tell my younger self to be patient, to release, and to know that everything you need is in you and around you.